For the Secretary of Interior, I nominate Congresswoman Deb Haaland.
Born in Winslow, Arizona, Deb Haaland didn't stay put for too long.
My dad was a 30-year career Marine and combat veteran in Vietnam. And so because of my dad's career, we traveled a lot.
His people came to America from Norway about a century ago. Her mother's family, on the other hand, have somewhat deeper roots.
My ancestors migrated to this area of New Mexico in the late 1200s, which makes me about a 35th generation New Mexican.
A Lugana Pueblo Native American, Haaland's ancestral culture is dear to her, in part because the U.S. government tried to erase it for so long.
Both my grandparents were taken from their families and sent to Indian boarding school to get Indians off their reservations, nations, pueblos, so they could essentially take their land or to take away their status as federally recognized Indian tribes.
After a military brat childhood attending 13 different public schools across the country, Haaland continued working at a bakery in Albuquerque and struggled with alcoholism, convicted of 2 DWIs.
I'm 30 years sober. I wanted people to know that I understand what it's like. I recognize that there's an issue in New Mexico with addiction, and that I want to do something about it.
At the age of 28, Haaland enrolled at the University of New Mexico and earned a degree in English. 4 days after graduating, she gave birth to her daughter. She launched a business selling salsa, but still struggled with poverty.
I struggled with homelessness. I relied on food stamps and raised my child as a single mom.
And took out student loans to attend University of New Mexico's law school in 2006.
My daughter Soma and I both graduated from APS. We both graduated from UNM. We're both paying off our student loans.
It was after law school that Haaland first got involved with politics, working as New Mexico's Native American vote director for Obama's 2012 presidential campaign.
Because I just wanted more Native Americans to vote. I started out as a phone volunteer.
She ran to be New Mexico's lieutenant governor in 2014, but she lost. 1 year later, and undeterred by her political ambitions, she then became the first ever Native American woman to lead a state party as the chair of New Mexico's Democratic Party. And in 2018, another first.
I never imagined a world where I would be represented by someone who looks like me. Tonight, New Mexico, you are sending one of the very first Native American women to Congress.
Could I ask for a point of personal privilege to have the members of this institution in the gallery recognize you as the first Native American woman to ever chair the House proceedings?
Now, if confirmed,
The first Native American cabinet secretary. And welcome, welcome, welcome.
she'll be in charge of our country's national parks, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, bringing clean water to over 31 million Americans, and managing natural resources. Haaland is known as a progressive, is anti-fracking, and a big proponent of the Green New Deal. And she's likely to help Biden make good on a campaign promise.
No fracking and/or oil on federal land.
A sentiment echoed by Haaland in a 2019 interview with The Guardian when she said, quote, "I am wholeheartedly against fracking and drilling on public lands." Traditional energy lobbyists are worried for their future should Haaland be confirmed, especially those closest to home.
There's no state that has a bigger connection to oil and gas development on federal lands than New Mexico.
The oil and gas industry is vital to New Mexico's economy, bringing in almost half of the state's revenue each year.
But Haaland is steadfast in her vision for a clean energy future.
As our country faces the impacts of climate change and environmental injustice, the Interior Department has a role to address these challenges. Growing up in my mother's Pueblo household made me fierce. My life has not been easy. I'll be fierce for all of us, for our planet and all of our protected land.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.